Here we are again. All right, episode 18, second YouTube live. So we're gonna start recording here, like right now, actually. So, you ready? We're good. It's good.
Are we sure?
Yes, it's good. Look,
Check. Okay.
it's
There
good.
we go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
One Cowboys Way, episode 18, second YouTube live, as we've already mentioned on YouTube live. So we've got that. So this episode is going to be back to normal now that Matt's had his time to readjust from Japan and actually got to watch the Cowboys game for the first time in like
Almost a month.
A month, yeah.
I was having the shakes. It was weird.
Yeah, well, it was a good one to come back to.
Oh, yeah,
so
absolutely.
I blame this loss entirely on you, by the way.
I don't know how you figure that.
Not
but
Scott Linehan, not Jason Garrett, not Dak Prescott. Your curse.
Fine. I'll be the burden of that curse. I mean, if someone's got to bear that cross, I guess I'll do it.
You'll bear that cross.
That's
all
right.
So, a little bit of a preview of what we're going to talk about today. Obviously, Dez Bryant signed today, so that's a big deal. We'll talk a little bit about, or do some other housekeeping after the Tennessee game. We'll talk about the Tennessee game itself, what went well on offense, which was nothing, and what didn't go well, which was everything. And then we'll talk about the defense and kind of the same issues there. We'll get into our next game, which is Philly, also in primetime Sunday Night Football. Can't wait to get humiliated.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm really, really stoked. And then we'll do bold predictions for Philly. I'm going to make a bold prediction almost right off the bat, actually, so stay tuned for that.
Whoa.
Doesn't have to do with Philly.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. And then we'll do our over-unders, which we didn't set up beforehand, so...
Oh, shit, you're right. Do it on the fly, it's fine.
On the fly.
One take.
One Cowboys way, one take. Doesn't matter. And then, as always, we'll do everybody's favorite segment, one Cowboys way card of the week. There's the cards right there. I don't remember how many we have left, but yeah.
We'll figure that out, too.
All right, Matt, take us away.
Okay. Biggest Cowboys news, not even related to the Cowboys. Dez Bryant signed with the Saints.
I mean, it's related to the Cowboys.
Well, not related to the current team, I guess. Dez Bryant signed with the Saints. And Jason Garrett and the rest of the Cowboys organization should be shitting their pants right now, as far as I'm concerned. I think, as far as I'm concerned, this is a no-brainer for Dez, and this is a no-brainer for the Saints. Because the Saints are going for it. Dez gives them a certifiable number 2 receiver.
Oh,
I mean, that's about as good of a number 2, I think, as you can get. Big possession receiver. You've already got Michael Thomas, who's a stud and a deep threat. Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara. I mean, they're loaded.
Did the terms of the deal come out?
I heard 1-year deal. I didn't hear like the details. But
okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
I haven't had a chance to look. It's been obviously busy. My sister ran for political office, and
that's right.
Her election is very close, so I've been paying the entirety of my attention has gone to that the last couple days. So.
Also, big time Michigan Wolverines, number 4.
I'm repping today
in the
Shout
playoff.
Out Taco, J. Lou.
That's right.
My Michigan boys on the team. Ooh. Oh, never mind. It's just you. I was like, we gotta reply on Twitter. So I'm gonna hit you with a bold prediction right off the bat, like I said.
Okay.
8 games left for the Saints. 8 games left for the Cowboys. Dez Bryant is better statistically over the next 8 weeks than Amari Cooper.
Ooh. I can see that just because the Saints' offense.
And it's not even going to be close.
Ooh, okay. Amari Cooper had a pretty good game, all things considered.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But Dez Bryant, Drew Brees, well-schemed offense, well-coached team.
Yeah. Yeah, they're every bit as good as the Rams at this point. I feel like.
They're better.
Well, they beat the Rams
just last week.
Yep, without Dez Bryant.
So yeah,
it's cool to see. You saw some of the Cowboys' current players on Twitter, sending some love to Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant returning that love, so that's good. No love lost between the players. It seems like for the most part. So that's cool, but that's all gonna go by the wayside when Dez steps on the field against Dallas. It's in AT&T Stadium too, so he's going to show out.
I hope they have a tribute video for him, just like they have
Witten
and Romo,
they really
and I hope they have welcome back 88 with his little X logo.
Yep.
I'm all for all that.
Yep.
Have Romo narrate it, have Jerry narrate it. I don't care.
Yep.
But I think he absolutely deserves that.
He does, no question.
NFL.com posted today a video compilation of all of his touchdowns in the league, 12 and a half minutes long.
Yeah. Well, he scored 73 touchdowns. So
that's just receiving.
Yeah.
He was a punt return threat early in his career, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, in fact, his very first touchdown for us was a punt return.
Yep. Against the Bears.
And then
remember it fondly.
His first touchdown catch was against the Vikings, and on a ball that Romo kind of underthrew, and he just went boop.
Yep. So good for Dez.
Rip in peace. I know. I've been saying all year. So stoked.
I hope it works out well for him.
Seriously though, how many times have I said if you put him with Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, he's gonna kill it.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's definitely going to kill it.
Found the right situation, and he might get a Super Bowl ring out of all this.
Yeah, and everybody's mocking him about not signing with the Browns or the Ravens.
Well,
Baker Mayfield and Joe Flacco or Drew Brees.
This offer didn't come along, I don't think, until later. So,
no. And I'm not disagreeing with you, but I just think it's funny. Everybody's mocking him for not signing.
Yeah.
He ends up on the 7-1 Saints with Drew Brees thrown to him, as opposed to being on the whatever they are, 2-5-1 Browns and the 3-5 Ravens.
Yeah,
like come on.
Yep. So
I like it.
Yeah, good for Dez. Also, turns out we had a little bit of injury news. Connor Williams is going to need a knee scope. Got injured in the Tennessee game.
Good.
Are we sure about that?
No.
Okay, because the guys behind Connor Williams are Xavier Su'a-Filo,
who hasn't been active since we signed him,
and Adam Redmond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who I didn't even know who he was until today.
So that's good.
I'm going to say this. Connor Williams has not been good.
No.
At all. And I think I guess I'm failing to understand why you don't move Lyle Collins back to that left guard spot at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He was better there. He has shown that he is not a tackle. And he needs to, at this point, be put back at left guard, and we need to put Cam Fleming at right tackle. I think that gives us our best line.
Possibly.
Even with Connor Williams healthy, that's our best line, in my opinion.
Maybe. I'd like to see what Connor Williams can do at tackle.
He's gonna face even worse there.
Yeah, but he played tackle in Texas. I feel like tackle allows him to use his athleticism a little bit more.
In the Big 12, which is known for its vaunted defenses.
Von Miller's from the Big 12.
SEC.
Oh shit, you're right. Texas A&M. They're in the SEC. Okay, sorry. I digress. My fault.
Just saying.
Early 2000s Big 12 fan here. Anyway,
it's been a minute.
So yeah, I don't.
Speaking of Texas A&M, I found out today Ryan Tannehill's 30 years old.
Yikes!
I would not have guessed that. Sorry, random factoid.
But let's keep this in mind. We have to play the Eagles and Fletcher Cox. That's gonna be bad.
Do you think Connor Williams would have done any?
No, but I'm not saying like it wasn't gonna be good either way. But it could potentially. I'm thinking it could be even worse potentially. This has the makings of Atlanta, a la last year with the Chaz Green game. It could be like that.
I was thinking about it earlier tonight when I was listening to our last episode. I think Chaz Green ruined Dak Prescott's career.
He very well might have.
And it's not even like an injury thing. It's just like
he was very good the first 8 games.
Ever since that game,
he's never been the same guy. No, I agree. When we were 5-3 last year, even with Zeke kind of on and off, he was pretty good.
He was very good.
But that game, his pocket awareness at this point in his career is tough.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Anyway, a couple other things. Anything else to say about Connor Williams? Really?
He's been incredibly disappointing.
Boy needs to get fat this offseason.
Get on the roids, brother. Hit up David Irving. He knows where to find him.
Yeah, right. He also knows to find where that sweet sticky icky too. So
who on our team doesn't?
True story. But David Irving's the only one that's stupid enough to get caught with it. So.
Whatever, man. Yeah. So I think I just I'm excited to see somebody else at guard. I mean, maybe not excited, but at this point, the season's over. Let's see what Suafuau can do, and let's see or what's his name? Whitfield?
Redmond.
Redmond. I keep thinking
Not even close.
we got somebody named Whitfield on our team. Maybe
Nope.
that's on my NCAA dynasty. Speaking of which, I'm dominating Boston College right now. I'm in the middle of a 49-3 victory.
Nice.
My quarterback has 14 pass attempts for almost 400 yards. Pretty
Good work.
awesome.
Good work.
Anyway, NCAA 14. No, I don't understand why we don't move Collins back to left guard and put Fleming at tackle.
It very well might. I don't know.
I heard we were talking about possibly moving Mooney to guard too.
Ugh, God, really?
Yeah.
It's the sign of a team that has no answers, really.
Be really nice to have Martin right now.
Marcus Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
Yeah. Fair.
Just a poorly managed team, a poorly coached team.
So after the loss to Tennessee, do we want to get into that now, or should we talk about Tennessee first?
Let's talk about Tennessee first.
Okay. All right.
That'll come up organically.
Tennessee. Let's start with this. Is that one of the worst losses you can remember as a Cowboys fan?
No.
There have been a lot. But
there have been a lot. It's the worst loss they've had since last week.
Okay.
The Washington loss was bad.
Yeah.
And who did we lose to earlier in the year?
Seattle?
In overtime.
Houston.
Yeah, when Garrett punted from the 42 on 4th and 2. That was a bad loss. I think almost every single Cowboys loss is bad, especially bad, because there's so many things that could have gone differently and that seem to stem a lot from the coaching side of things that prevent us from winning. So, is it the worst loss this year? Probably. Is it one of the worst losses I've watched as a Cowboys fan? No. It was ugly. It wasn't fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was disappointing, especially after all that momentum we had in the first quarter, and then just but no, I don't think it was one of our worst losses.
This game just kind of felt like it had all the makings of Dallas coming out and just taking care of business. I mean, we're not a good team, but Tennessee was even worse than we were on offense. We got Amari Cooper, got a little bit of juice to our offense. We fired Paul Alexander and brought in Mark Colombo, who seems to be pretty well liked and respected.
And Hudson Houck.
Yeah, who, let's be honest, Colombo probably should have gotten the job in the first place before Alexander did, but that's beside the point. But it seemed like we just had a lot of stuff going for us. Jason Witten coming back for his first game, doing the analyst stuff on Monday Night Football. A lot of former Cowboys were there. It just felt, and the way the first quarter was going, it was like, man, we are going to blow the doors off these guys.
And we should have.
Yep. But yeah. Where do you want to start?
With what?
The loss. The offense. What stood out to you most on offense, I guess?
The number one, Dak Prescott was terrible.
He was terrible.
Number two, it's the same story. Bad coaching and play calling. Bad offensive line play. I mean, it's that game was our season in a nutshell.
Yeah.
It was just a microcosm of the whole season is all it was. And I don't know any other way to put it other than that. You're right. You're coming out there with all this juju. Okay, first of all, I think it was ignorant to think, okay, we're going to fire our offensive line coach and things are going to immediately get better. It's not how it works.
Fair.
I believe that coaches can make bad teams better, but I don't think that they can do it in a week, or even change like a bad line in a week. It just takes a little bit longer than that. I don't know.
I don't think this should be held as like a personal indictment against Mark Colombo.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. But I mean, the fact that Dallas's defense awarded us two turnovers
on our side of the field.
on our side of the field, and that netted us
7 points.
Was it 7?
7-0.
Okay, well, all right, yeah, 7. When it probably should have been
We should have easily been up 17-0 in the first quarter.
conservatively.
We could have been 21.
Our opening drive, Dak missed Cole Beasley open.
Yeah,
I mean the pick in the end zone too. That's unforgivable.
I sit every Sunday. I sit and I watch Red Zone. Like I do schoolwork and I watch Red Zone, and every Sunday I see every single quarterback in the league miss a throw like that one Dak missed to Cole Beasley. I can live with one of those. It's what happened after that.
Yeah,
the continued inconsistency. I mean, I keep banging this drum, but it's, we're not doing anything to help the guy.
No.
Did we get Amari Cooper? Yeah. But Dak Prescott is not Tony Romo. And our offense seems to be similar right now to the one that Tony Romo was in. Dak Prescott thrives when you put him in play action, when you get him moving around, when you let him use his legs, and we don't do any of that.
Which is weird.
And when we have, look at what we've done. We've won 3 games.
Yeah.
But when you try and get him to, Dak Prescott is never, ever going to be the guy that is going to stand in the pocket, step up, and nail a receiver. He's not that guy.
Right.
And either it is unforgivable to me that you take a guy who's like Jim Harbaugh, right? He probably knew that Colin Kaepernick not a great quarterback, but he tailored his offense to fit what he had.
Yes. Thrashed Green Bay multiple times with Kaepernick having almost 200 yards of rushing in playoff games.
There's no reason that we shouldn't be able to get both Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott over 100 yards rushing in every single game.
Yeah.
No reason.
Even 50, like for Dak. Like you just gotta get him on the run.
He should have the option to run the ball 10 to 15 times a game.
Probably. And if honestly, at this point, maybe this sounds like harsh but if he gets hurt, so be it. I'm okay letting Dak run around, and if he gets hit and gets hurt, he's a big dude, he's young. I'm willing to take that chance.
Well, on top of that, I mean, it's obviously no, you don't want him to get hurt.
No,
but it's like you're putting him in the best position you can, and your team in the best position you can to possibly win the game. I mean, because no matter what game you watch, Dak Prescott is at his best when he's using his legs and he's moving around and he's getting out of the pocket, and yet we don't do that. So yeah, if he gets hurt, it sucks. But you know what else it's going to do is it's going to show Cowboys fans just how bad we can have it at quarterback. Because I don't think people remember 4 or 5 years ago when we trotted Matt Castle and Brandon Weeden out there. Because I got news for you. Dak Prescott's a hell of a lot better quarterback than those 2 guys.
Agreed.
Hell of a lot better.
Agreed.
Brandon Weeden's been in the league 2-3 times as long and probably has half as many wins.
Yeah. Yep. I will say, and I guess to kind of coattail off of the coaching, Zeke had 96 total yards in the first half and then got 6 touches the rest of the way. That's just not good enough. That to me is more of an indictment on the coaching staff. No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. He needs to touch the ball more. He's your best player. So we think Zeke's fat, but he's still really good.
I'm not sure he is anymore. I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to give up on Ezekiel Elliott and I'm starting to give up on Dak Prescott.
Yeah. Yeah, Zeke wasn't great.
We have, you like to talk a lot about, your superstars.
Yeah.
Your guys who they're, your guys.
Yeah.
Should be able to put the team on their back and carry him.
Sure.
If that's the guy you want. Zeke has not done that.
Agreed. Good point. Yep.
I mean, to me, he looks like, yeah, he can do it when he wants to, but he just doesn't always seem like he's all that interested.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, this might sound just Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I get you. Zeke definitely has plays where it seems like if the game's not going his way or if he's not getting the ball enough, he kind of checks out a little bit.
That last play of regulation when Dak threw the ball way the hell out
Mhm.
out of the back of the end zone. If you watch that play, literally Lyle Collins and Ezekiel Elliott are standing near the original line of scrimmage just watching.
Yeah, it's like, well,
That is unforgivable.
Yeah.
Collins should be blocking the entire time, and Zeke should be out downfield.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. And I've seen more times this year, and I get that our offensive line isn't good. I do. Or isn't as good. I do. But I can't tell you how many times this year where I've seen Zeke like go to make a cut and he just falls. Behind the line of scrimmage, no less. He wasn't doing that 2 years ago.
No.
Even at the beginning of last year. He just, I feel like he has games where he wants to play and games where he doesn't.
Yeah.
I've been frustrated watching him.
I have too, especially when we've seen how good he can be his rookie year.
And part of his struggles go to the coaching staff too, because people know you are not going to throw the ball. Everybody knows what's coming and when it's coming.
We're loading 8 and 9 in the box,
and
you're not going to get anything. Yeah,
run it.
We dare you to run it, and we do.
Yeah,
and I there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I would be frustrated too. And maybe the players have kind of they don't buy into this anymore, and I think that's the case.
No. They don't buy into it. Well, you can sit there and listen to Jason Witten the other night talking about how frustrated he was with it.
And that's Witten. He's like the biggest Garrett guy ever.
I mean, how many guys got to come out and say that coaching staff is garbage?
Yeah.
Alan freaking Hearns on our team basically said, we make bad play calls.
Yeah.
Dez Bryant comes out, well, Dez Bryant's a punk and he's just jealous. No, he's right. He's a professional football player. He's right. He knows more about it than we do.
Yep.
I don't know. The coaching staff is holding this team back, in my opinion. I think that if you give Dak,
we're wasting young talent.
If you give Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott a shot, if you put them in a scheme that isn't predictable, hopelessly predictable, we can sit at your house thousands of miles away from the game with limited football knowledge, and I can sit there and go, oh, this is the delay or the screen. It's third and long. We know it's coming.
Oh, man.
I can literally scroll through our Twitter and watch 5 or 6 people go, screen coming.
Yeah.
You really think that if we can do that, the defense doesn't know that it's coming?
Yeah.
You think they're going to blitz you on 3rd and 14 now?
Yeah.
No, they're not, Scott.
Yeah, they're sitting back and they're waiting for you to dump that ball to Zeke, and they're going to come swarming.
Yeah. Or guess what? They know your delay is coming. So they're going to sit back and they're going to wait. They're going to let you bring your delay. They're going to let you bring your screen, and you're going to punt it or kick your field goal, and that is going to be that.
Yeah. I guess what we can say is one of the lone bright spots on the offense is Amari Cooper looked like the real deal, at least to me.
I had no doubt that he was.
I was a little worried just because of the compensation. I was like, all right, is he really worth it? But
no, let's 5 catches for 50-some yards and a touchdown.
68 yards and a touchdown.
Was it 68?
Yeah, I
thought it was 50-some. So let's extrapolate that out to 9 games. So if he, for the rest of the season,
45 catches.
Yeah, 45 catches. He has
540 yards.
Yeah, something like that. And obviously 8 touchdowns would be fantastic, but he's not going to catch a touchdown.
Let's say half every other game. 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns.
That is not going to be good enough for Cowboys fans. If he doesn't have at least 2 or 3 games where he goes over 100 yards receiving, people are going to poop themselves.
Yeah.
Like, people have already, over the last week, been lambasting us because the Redskins not the Redskins, I'm sorry. The Eagles got Golden Tate for a 4th.
Yeah.
Or a 3rd.
A third.
And the Texans got Demaryius Thomas for a 4th. Yeah, and the Texans had to take on Thomas's contract for the rest of the year. And he's a free agent after this year. And Golden Tate's a free agent after this year. They're both in their 30s.
Yeah. He's 24. And we're working on an extension for him to lower his cap hit next year.
Yeah. And realistically, I got news for you. Even if we tank the rest, we could very realistically lose our next 5 games.
That puts us at 3-10.
I think somehow we'll find a way to win at least one. Just because that's what we do.
Right.
But even if we end up with would have had a top 10 pick next year, I don't know that you find anybody better than Amari Cooper.
Yeah, see, because you're looking at probably playmaker,
Undoubtedly.
and this isn't a playmaker draft. This is a defensive line draft.
No matter what anybody wants to hear, we were not going to draft a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It was never, ever, 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 ever going to happen. And we probably won't even draft one in 2020 in the first round.
Maybe. Still holding my campaign poster high and tight. I know.
Dak will be extended.
Yes.
Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones.
Yep. Get back to me this time next year. Is all I have to say.
We should be on episode 50 something by then.
Yeah. Well, I want to see if Dak still has anything in the tank with a new coaching staff.
I've said that before. I want to see the guy get a shot in a scheme that fits him. Not only fits him, but isn't predictable and gives us a shot. It is actually a modern scheme, a modern game plan with somebody who knows how to make play calls and can adequately prepare a team.
Yeah.
Because all Jason Garrett's been doing for the last 10 years is being mediocre and holding the team back. And that is no joke. There is no reason we shouldn't have won a Super Bowl with Tony Romo. Just like I was telling you the other day, I was watching clips from one of our previous games with Tennessee on offense, just for the podcast here. Tony Romo at quarterback. We had a decent line with Kyle Kozier and Leonard Davis, right.
Andre
Gerard, exactly. Flozell, or not Flozell. Doug Free.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm digressing. Wide receiver. Young Dez Bryant, Miles Austin in his prime, Roy Williams. And actually watching that game, Roy Williams made some great plays, which surprised me because I don't remember anything good Roy Williams did. In fact, my biggest Roy Williams memory is him fumbling.
Against the Saints. Yeah, getting stripped.
Yep. And tight end, young Jason Witten.
Yeah.
Young Martellus Bennett. Running backs, Marion Barber, Felix Jones.
Yeah.
How do you not win a Super Bowl with that? On the other side of the ball, DeMarcus Ware, Terrence Williams,
Terrence Newman.
Terrence
Not
Newman.
Terrence Williams.
Mike Jenkins, who was a Pro Bowler for a year.
Yeah.
Gerald Sensabaugh was good for us for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Unforgivable.
Agreed. I think these 5 games are really going to do Garrett in.
Here's one thing I want to ask you, because we've kind of gotten through our whole offense thing. This week, Troy Aikman said, and I wanted to put this on the script. Now that I think about it. Whole organization tear down.
Yeah.
Start over.
Yeah.
That
including Jerry.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with him. It's never going to happen, though.
No.
Jerry's he's the ringleader. He's the circus master. He likes that. And he's going. It's not going to change. And we've talked about this, I think, on this podcast before. The only way this changes is Jerry dies. That's the only way.
Well, I got news for you. Even if he dies, Steven takes the team over.
But Steven takes the team over. But I feel like Steven
might hire a general manager.
He might just appoint Will McClay the GM, because I think Steven has enough sense to say, okay, I'm going to take over ownership of this team. But I've got too much on my plate. So Will McClay can now be the official GM.
See, but the way I look at it, I think that because Steven's been so involved in personnel decisions over his entire life, basically, I think he'd have a hard time giving that up.
Maybe.
But I also think he's a little bit less willfully ignorant than Jerry.
He's a little more Jerry light, I guess.
But seriously, Troy Aikman's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Ever since Jimmy Johnson left, the only time where we have put together a solid team was when Jerry was finally like, okay, I got to give up a little bit of control here, and he brought in Parcells. Since Parcells, we've had Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett. Good defensive coordinator, garbage individual.
Yeah. Head coach, garbage head coach.
No, I'm talking Jason Garrett, garbage individual.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Wade Phillips was a garbage individual. I was like, Wade's kind of cool.
No, he's fine. I actually like him. But At what point there is one common denominator through the last 25 years, and that is Jerry Jones.
Yeah. Yep.
So if Jerry Jones really wants to start winning, he has to get out of the way.
Yeah. Buckle up, because that ain't gonna happen. Like
No,
I said,
never happened.
death of Jerry Jones is the only way that changes things.
And I'm still not sure it changes things. But we will not be a relevant franchise as long as Jerry Jones is as heavily involved in personnel decisions as he is.
Agreed. I guess the thing that's kind of lost on this whole loss is our defense, which has been very good this year, was mediocre at best.
They were really good in the first quarter, 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And after that, it was all downhill. They're pure garbage.
79% on third down.
13 for 17, wasn't it? Is that what they ended up?
It's some astronomical number.
And it's not like it was 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. It was 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8.
I think they said
3rd and 14.
I think they said like 8 of their like 11 or 12 first downs were 3rd and 7 or more.
That's unforgivable.
What?
That is unforgivable.
And let's keep this in mind. We were ranked 28th in total offense. They were 30th.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like it was some like good offense.
Here's the thing, though. They have a coaching staff that took advantage of the bye week and adequately prepared for the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. They got Mariota out on motion.
They played to Mariota's strengths.
Yes.
And we didn't do that with Dak Prescott. If the roles were reversed, it would have been the same result. If you put Dak Prescott on Tennessee, if you put Marcus Mariota on Dallas, same result, I think.
Yeah. Here's a question.
Brian Broaddus has been singing Mariota's praises all week on Twitter, just talking about what a great performance it was.
Yeah. And it was. I mean, he was good. But let's not get past the fact that Tennessee's offense has been trash all year.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting question. Sean Lee ever play in a Cowboys uniform again?
Yes.
Think so?
Yes.
I'm not convinced.
He'll play again this year. That's why I say that.
Oh, okay. But do you think he's here next year?
At this point, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure. I would have to look at his cap hit, and then I guess I'd have to see how LVE plays the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But right now, I would say no. He's probably not a Cowboy next year. At this point,
yeah.
I love Sean Lee.
Yeah.
He's probably one of my top 10 defensive Cowboys of all time.
Mm-hmm.
We've given him every shot to stay healthy. Even this year, we came in with basically like a pitch count for him. Hey,
yeah,
we got this kid. He's gonna spell you, and still, all season, he has been hurt,
dinged up. Yeah, and then jogging to catch a guy for a tackle, he pulls his hammy.
Yeah, it's Sean Lee, fantastic player, wonderful individual. The guy you want to be the captain on your defense just can't stay healthy.
And that was Tony Romo towards the end of his career, too.
I legitimately think he could have been a defensive MVP.
Oh, yeah.
If he'd just been able to stay healthy.
Yep. No doubt.
Complete game changer at linebacker.
Yep. Yeah. Sean Lee, we love you, but, man, it's getting tough. It's getting tough to watch.
Yeah. I feel bad for him because I love him.
I do, too. Like you said, he's the kind of guy you want to root for. He's the kind of guy you want leading your team.
I wish he would retire. I do.
Yeah, that would almost be easier.
Well, I don't want him to do like a Keith Brooking or a Dan Connor.
Yeah.
You know, where they were linebackers who came and they at the tail end of their career played for us.
Just bounce around from like team to team.
I mean, just retire, dude.
Yeah.
You can't stay healthy. Do it for yourself. Do it for your body. Do it for your family.
Mm.
Retire as a Cowboy. And he's 34. Is it 33?
Something like that.
Yeah, just call it, Sean, please.
Yeah.
I love you, buddy, but just call it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's much else to say on that game. Brett Maher missed an easy field goal. I'm not too upset with Brett Maher with how he's been this season, though, so far.
Yeah, well, he's missed 2 of his last 3 field goals. So.
Yeah.
I mean, given one was off the upright and the other one he did just barely miss, but
yeah.
Old money Maher's looking like change Maher soon.
Yeah. Should we?
Yes.
we're going to move on to Philly, or do you want to do offensive and defensive MVPs?
Well,
MVPs.
I think we have to.
Of the offensive MVP of this
Amari
game,
Cooper.
I think that's the only person you can say, isn't it?
And then we know who the LVP is.
It's got to be Dak.
It's Dak Prescott.
It's probably his worst game ever.
Close. It's definitely bottom 5.
Yeah,
it's down there. It was not good.
Because the Atlanta game last year wasn't his fault.
I mean, you can make the same argument for this year. I mean, for a lot of his games, just because he has not had help. The running game can't get going because the offensive line sucks and because everybody knows what's coming. I mean, dude, literally, look at this. Just scrolling through our Twitter, Brian Baldinger. Dallas Cowboys are in real trouble. Let's be clear. No one in the NFL runs this counter tray without controlling the backside defensive end. In fact, no one in Texas high school football runs this play. This is the most basic fundamental to this play.
Power on the front side. And they were legendary. But teams stopped running that play because they had no way to control the backside defensive end. In this case, Harold Landry. So you can't tell me that Dalton Stern, right here, is doing the right thing. I'm just telling you, if you run counter tray, you better keep a guy on Harold Landry. He's got no responsibility. None. Just go chase. That's what he does. You cannot run this play and have your tight end go out on a pass route. There's no way to stop that man. I don't care if it's Harold Landry or Lawrence Taylor. That play's going nowhere. I don't know what they're doing. You can't possibly run that play and have your tight end go out for a route. Look at Zeke. Zeke's going, what? Oh,
yeah. Makes me wonder if Dalton Schultz didn't know the play. Yeah.
Poor coaching.
Yeah. Or maybe just Dalton Schultz isn't that good at the play.
I think it's both.
Because there was another play that I sent you on Twitter where Dalton Schultz literally runs in front of the linebacker that he's supposed to be blocking to jump on top of a guy that was already on the ground. What? Ah, God.
Yep.
Anyway.
Oh, my God.
Dalton Schultz. Not good.
No, not good at all. Defensive MVP, who you got?
Probably DeMarcus Lawrence.
Agree, cosign, LVP.
I'm gonna give it to, I think the duo of Cheeto and Byron. They sucked.
Yeah, they did.
Like real bad.
Another cosign.
I mean, that's the worst I've seen Byron play.
Our linebackers were not great either.
No, they were not. That one, the push that on the last touchdown, Jalen Smith, two-hand touching Marcus Mariota as he trots into the end zone. Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
We're pretty big, like...
Light him up.
Yeah.
When you get a quarterback, you light him up.
Oh, my God, yeah.
But Jalen was just like...
Yeah.
Towards the end of the game, they legitimately looked like they had quit. I truly thought that they had quit.
Yeah. I think the players are just getting kind of tired of the same BS. The same wear blue on Wednesdays, how you doing, guys? You know, bullshit every week. And then the same Garrett thing, like, we're going to come in, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stick to what we're good at. It's like,
challenged.
What? Yeah.
He is a moron.
Come on.
Right? Who's telling him, challenge that, coach, throw the flag?
Yeah.
Because whoever's telling him, number one, needs to be gone. And number two, if he's making those decisions on his own,
yep,
he's demonstrated time and time again that he has more negative qualities as a coach than he does redeeming qualities. So I've literally, I have years of Twitter evidence to show that I have been wanting to get rid of Jason Garrett for a very long time. Anyway.
How about MVPs and LVPs at the midway point of the year? On offense.
LVP, I'm going to give it to the tight ends.
Okay.
As a whole. Just because, actually, let's just say the receiving group as a whole.
The whole experiment of playmaker by committee.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and give them the big L on that one. MVP, it's hard to find one on offense. Just by default, I guess I'll give it to Zeke.
Okay.
Because I feel like he hasn't made quite as many goofs as Dak has.
I'm going to go with lineman here. My LVP is going to be Lyle Collins. he's proven that he is at right tackle. He's in over his head. His footwork is awful. His pickups are bad. My MVP though, I'm giving it to Joe Looney.
Joe Looney.
I mean,
I like that.
That
I
dude
like
is
that a lot, actually.
that dude. First of all, the Krispy Kreme donut comment makes him my MVP already by himself.
I like that. That was a good one. That was a good one.
But I mean, the fact that he's come in and filled in for Travis Frederick and done
admirably,
and been probably one of the 2 best offensive linemen on that line this year.
He hasn't been the worst one, I can tell you that.
That's admirable, and that's pretty damn good.
I'm with you. I like that. I like that. All right. Defense.
Man,
MVP. I'm going Byron Jones.
That's hard to argue with.
Because up until the last game, he'd been really good. But I think again, Tennessee had 2 weeks to prepare, and they knew what we were going to do. Maybe Chris Richard's as predictable as Scott Linehan.
I don't know. Jury's out on that, I guess.
Yeah.
MVP for me, probably DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, it's hard. It's frustrating because I feel like DeMarcus Lawrence, or the guys opposite Lawrence, being Taco and Gregory, should be having better years than they are because he is that good. DeMarcus Lawrence is that good. Playing with a torn labrum, he's still that good.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you for sure. So LVP on defense, who you got?
I think I'm going to give it to Cheeto. Because
I wouldn't say he's been the LVP, but I'd say he's been the most disappointing.
Yeah, and I guess that's probably why I'm giving him the LVP, just because I expected Cheeto to be like near Pro Bowl level, and he's
always there.
Yeah,
but he doesn't ever.
He never makes the play.
Yeah,
and that's so frustrating to watch.
Yeah, I'm going with the safeties strictly because I feel like they've cost us 2 games.
That's fair.
Which is another. How Jason Garrett could go, you know what, Jerry? We're good at safety.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
The thing that's just baffling to me about all of this and where we are sitting with this season is Jason Garrett has to know in his heart of hearts that he's coaching for his job this year. And 1, he hasn't taken the play calling away from Scott Linehan. And 2, he did nothing this offseason, at least from an outsider's perspective, to influence Jerry to do something more.
Jason Garrett, when he was our offensive coordinator, didn't do much better of a job of calling plays.
I'm aware of that, and that's I get that.
He's shown me nothing for me to be like, I'd rather have him calling plays than Scott Linehan I wouldn't.
I'm not saying us as fans want that, but if I were Jason Garrett, what I'm saying is, if I'm going to be coaching for my job, I'm going to go down with the ship. I want to do it my way. It's going to be my offense.
I misunderstood what you were saying.
Like, I don't want Scott Linehan to submarine my potential job because he can't fucking call a play. At least I would like to try.
He can call plays. He just can't call good ones.
Yeah.
And he lacks apparently offensive ingenuity to be able to do so. All right.
Let's get to Philly. Yikes. 5-game stretch here. We start at Philly. Then we go at Atlanta. We have Washington on Thanksgiving. Then we go New Orleans on Thursday Night Football.
With newly acquired Dez Bryant, and then be able to tell them literally everything we're going to do on offense. Not that they couldn't figure it out on their own already, but
and then Philly at home again. 5 games. You see a win in there? Because I certainly don't. Like you said, we might get one just out of total luck.
I think we can get Washington. We should have had Washington 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think that there's a possibility that we could beat Atlanta. Just because Atlanta's defense is such garbage, I think we could possibly actually impose our will. And I know that sounds stupid to say.
All right.
But I could legitimately see the offensive line. You know, they've had a few weeks under Colombo.
Mm-hmm.
They may be starting to get a chip on their shoulder, and they are just we're gonna shove it down their throat. That could be our highest scoring game of the season.
Atlanta.
Right. Yeah, of course we also get to play Tampa and Indy
at the end,
who are both real bad defensively as well.
Yeah.
So I think that because we might be able to run with Atlanta, because I think our defense does have the capability to stop them. The question is whether or not we will.
Mm-hmm.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Philly.
We got to play Philly twice in the next 5 games. Philly has not been as good this year
Mm-mm.
as they were last year. There's something's missing.
Yep.
I think we can. I think just strictly because it's a division game, maybe we can beat Philly. Maybe. I'm giving us a 50-50 shot between going 2-3 and going 0-5.
Yeah, well, there's that. Here's the issue I have against Philly. Carson Wentz is getting healthier every single week.
Yes, getting back in the flow.
They got Golden Tate. Say what you will. Tate's probably a rental. Fine. He's a pretty damn good rental.
Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert.
Yep. And Golden Tate has already shown that he can torch us. He already did.
Yes, he did.
With Detroit.
Yeah, he gets to do it too much.
Jeff Heath might have fucking nightmares about Golden Tate running around him again.
God, Jeff Heath.
But Fletcher Cox, I think, is the real X factor here. He might have an Adrian Claiborne-esque game.
This game's in Philly, isn't it?
Yeah. I worry about that D-line because that D-line is legit. And it starts with Cox in the middle.
Here's what I hope happens this week. I hope we get blown out and they make him fire Jason Garrett.
I keep daring Dallas to do something like that because
we're also a terrible team on the road.
Yep. Which
doesn't do us any favors. We're coming off 2 just demoralizing defeats where Brett Maher, we get the snap infraction. Brett Maher barely misses his kick off the upright, which looks good the entire time until it gets to the goalpost.
Yeah.
And now just absolute lay down performance coming off a bye week, playing a bad team at home.
Yeah. True dat.
It looks bad.
It does. It'll be interesting to see. You had a bold prediction for Philly?
Do I have a bold prediction for yeah, they suck.
Okay. I found this on the web for do I have a bump addiction for?
Do you have a bump addiction?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. All right.
Apparently we're in here doing bumps, I guess.
Yeah.
Do I have a bold prediction? I hadn't really given it much thought. Here's a bold prediction. We keep it close.
Okay. That's bold.
I think that's fair after what I've seen the last 2 weeks and our offense's lack of anything and our defense is kind of starting to go.
All right. That's fair.
And when Jason Garrett gets fired, I'll be damned if we name him as an interim. That's fine with me. But if we name Chris Richard our next head coach, so help me.
Not convinced, huh?
No.
No?
No. Nope.
I agree with you. I like Chris. He seems to be a fiery personality. I kind of like what he's got going. But
I like Chris Richard. I just don't want him as head coach.
I agree. Chris Richard does nothing to fix the biggest issue on our team.
No. We need an offensive-minded coach.
Yeah.
We really do. You got a young quarterback. You got a young running back. You got a young receiver. You have to gear to that now.
Yep. You have to. Yeah.
And we're gonna have a young, hopefully, more playmaking tight end soon too.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Anyway, what about you? Bold prediction for Philly?
I'm gonna say Fletcher Cox has an Adrian Claiborne-esque game. I'm gonna say 4 sacks for Claiborne.
Wow.
On his lonesome. Yeah, I think that's going to be my prediction. Yep, that's what I got.
All right, I like it.
Should we do over/under or just a score prediction? Let's do a score prediction. What do you think?
I like it.
What do you think? You got one?
I'm kind of tired of going in the old realm of. I keep taking it low 20s as a victor, whether it's Cowboys or the other team. So you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to go. I think Jerry and Scott or not Jerry. Jason and Scott are going to be feeling it this week, and they might open up the playbook. Watch out for those wrinkles.
Right.
So here's what I'm thinking. They really don't want to get embarrassed in prime time. They really don't want to lose their jobs. So I think that they might bring out that whole just like I said, open things up basically.
A little RPO and
First of all, I've never seen us do an RPO. I've seen us do read options, but I've never
Okay.
seen us do a run pass option. So I'm gonna go 30-24. Philly wins.
all right.
I don't know how.
I wouldn't even
'cause
hate losing that game. I want to just watch a Cowboys game and be semi-entertained. Because it's not that we lose, it's that it's just so infuriatingly boring to watch. Like, anyway,
Yeah.
I, like you said, division games are kind of a toss-up. So I could see that happening. But I'm gonna go 28-10 Philly.
I think so, huh?
Yeah. What has the offense done to
Nothing.
prove that
Nothing.
they can score more than 20 points?
Nothing at all.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. Philly's got a good defense. They've got a great defensive line. Connor Williams probably isn't going to play. That probably doesn't make a lot of difference, but now we're putting in Suafilo or Redmond. It's got a lot of makings of Philly's D-line just ruining anything we have. So, Amari,
I could truly see it going either way.
yeah. We're a little under time. Do we have any like random, grab bag potpourri kind of stuff we want to talk about?
Not off the top of my head. Not at all. Just more disappointing garbage.
Here's a fun just if we were looking for a head coach, who do you want? Who would be interesting?
Tony
to you?
Romo.
Tony Romo. That's fair. Romo's never gonna leave though. Why would he leave the broadcasting booth?
I think that for some people, everybody goes, the broadcasting booth is this magical place, as though they just show up on Sunday, call the game, and then go.
Right.
Like, you're traveling and you're constantly on the go, and you've got interviews and stuff that you're doing throughout the week. And people act like Tony Romo doesn't have other obligations. It's not like he's chilling at home all week with the wife and kids. He's not. Everybody likes to talk about how, these guys, they're getting to spend time with their, and they might be getting to spend, I'm sure they're spending more time with them than they would, number one, if they were an NFL head coach, and number two, as an NFL player. But everybody gives the broadcasting booth this mystique as though nobody will ever leave it. Remember, John Gruden was never going to come back.
True.
Never going to come back. You hear that kind of crap all the time. And then somebody goes, here's $100 million.
Yeah.
Change your mind real quick. Tony loves the Cowboys. He knows the team. He has proven that he knows the game incredibly well, and I think could be an incredible coach. And I got the same vibe from watching Sean Lee on All or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
The dude could be an incredible coach. And I don't give a damn if he has 1 ounce of head coaching experience or coaching experience at all. I would love to see them take a shot.
Nice.
That's my thoughts.
Good deal. I like it. I don't think it's going to happen, but
I know you won't Lincoln Riley.
Well, yeah. I've voiced my opinion on this. I just think Lincoln Riley, he's the coach you want to for Dak, like you said, for Dak, Zeke, and Amari. You want an offensive-minded coach? There you go.
Let me ask you this, though. How many coaches have been able to successfully make the leap from college to the NFL? I can name
not very many.
Not very many that Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
But realistically, who else came from the college ranks into the NFL and had a good amount of success? Nick Saban, I would argue he's the greatest college head coach that in
Agreed.
the last 30 years, in our lifetime, certainly.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
He couldn't do more than 8-8, 9-7 when he was the Dolphins head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, given he's not a Lincoln Riley, he's a little bit differently oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Chip Kelly, everybody thought he was going to come in and his shit was just going to work.
It was horrible.
It was awful.
Yeah.
He had 1 year,
mm-hmm.
and I said this over and over. I said he's going to have 1 year, and he's going to mess up the league, and then they're going to have tape on him.
Yeah.
and he's not going to be able to do it anymore. And it didn't work. But seriously, think about any of the major college coaches that have come to the NFL lately. Have any of them been able to accomplish anything? What's Bill O'Brien done in his time in Houston?
Yeah, true. It's a good point. You make a very good point. I don't know.
I'd love to bring somebody in from the Rams.
Yeah, well,
I'd love Sean McVay.
Well, let's see, Sean McVay, like, where did he come from?
Washington.
What? I don't know.
Well, Washington had him and Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins is not a bad quarterback.
No, he had Washington rolling.
Washington might be a worse run franchise than we are.
Maybe.
And that's saying something.
Maybe. I'd like to just see what Lincoln Riley could do in the pros. If it flames out, fine.
Then you've squandered Zeke, Dak, and Amari.
I think the only certifiable like pro coach that might be like the perfect situation might be Sean Payton.
I would love for that to happen. And there's always been rumors about him possibly having interest in coming back to Dallas.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
But why would he leave the Saints?
Why wouldn't he?
The Saints are the best team in the league,
Right
arguably.
now. It's not unusual to see a coach leave a good team.
Man, they just got it rolling. And they've got so much young talent, too. Granted, Drew Brees is, running the show.
He's 39.
Yeah.
For starters. Yeah.
But outside of that, you've got Kamara, you've got Michael Thomas, and your defense is really good, too. Young talent.
Yeah, they do have good young talent. They're not very good, but they do have good young talent.
Yeah. That might be the most ideal situation is Sean Payton coming in and taking the reins.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling that Sean Payton would want a different quarterback.
He might.
He wants a Drew Brees-esque type of quarterback.
Here's the thing, though. Sean Payton is an ingenuitive enough individual that he could probably work with Dak.
Yeah.
I have no doubt about that. But he's also somebody who's not stupid enough to sit there and think, okay, we can pull elite quarterbacks out of a tree, because it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he were to, if after the season, he were to come on board and look at it and go, oh, hey, this team's got a lot of intriguing talent. I don't like the quarterback. Let's use that first pick they have in the second round on a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's
No.
smarter than that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no free agent quarterbacks coming up that are going to be worth a damn either.
No, it's like we said, Dak is the quarterback for the next year and a half.
Yeah.
I've come to accept that as being a little bit more down on Dak than you, and that performance against Tennessee did nothing to help my narrative, but he's the quarterback. Now, there are potentially some pretty stellar quarterbacks in 2020 that intrigue me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I mean, Herbert and Tua specifically, and I wish Kyler Murray would not go play baseball because he's real good.
Kyler Murray's he's a halfback slot receiver in the NFL.
Probably. He's really
he's Denard
tiny.
Robinson.
He's tiny.
He's Denard Robinson.
Yeah.
All
right.
Card of the week.
Thank you for indulging my side conversation.
I like it.
All right. Cowboys card of the week.
22.
What do we got? 22. No, we just had like 26.
There was double Antonio Bryant, and you got pissy because we kept having special teams guys, so we cheated.
Oh, good. We could have double Antonio Bryant. We could talk for a long time about him. Hey Siri, give me a number between 1 and 22.
It's 9.
Tony Romo.
Watch it be Tony Romo.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
I like that one.
Okay, so this is a 2002 Topps Dat Win
Nice
card.
Love
since
it.
we're YouTubing, here's what that looks like. We have a lot of these. This was Roy Williams rookie year. That's how I remember these bad boys. I'll never forget pulling that rookie card of him. All right,
Target parking lot.
Target parking lot, and then I slipped and fell. I remember that.
I also pulled my Emmitt Smith autograph out of this same card.
Oh yeah, you
right
did.
up there.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor, Emmitt Auto.
Yeah.
One
Two
in,
of them.
Yeah. 1 in like 300,000 odds of
Yeah.
just retail pack, and then I got 2 in 1 week.
Yeah.
There's one there, and there's one there.
Yeah. You pull that one down off the wall, show the people.
Oh yeah,
I should do that.
Show the youth.
Matt's got a pretty cool Cowboys legend autograph collection here.
There's that Emmitt Smith auto there. Yeehaw.
So Dat win 5'11", 243. I remember him being alongside Dexter Coakley. Texas A&M product, Cowboys number 3 pick, 1999, 85th overall, acquired via the draft. Born September 25th of 1975 in Rockport, Texas. He, in 2001, had 113 tackles, 98 solo. And let's see. Ooh, Dad, the first Vietnamese American to play in the NFL, has been surprising people since his days at Rockport Fullerton High near Corpus Christi. His tackling power, intelligence, and relentless desire have overcome his relatively small stature every step of the way. At Texas A&M, he was an All-American who won the Lombardi Trophy as a senior in 1998. With the Cowboys, he cemented his role as a linebacker with 172 tackles in 2001. Wow. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of specific memories of Dat Win, but I do remember him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in this picture, he's got basically a club on his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a very good linebacker.
I just remember Dat Win being one of the lone bright spots on those 5-11 Cowboys teams of the early 2000s.
Like I said, I remember him being with Dexter Coakley.
Yeah. Dat Win was the Sean Lee of that defense.
That's actually exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Like, he was everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. I guess I don't really ever specifically remember him, like, talking to the media or...
Well, and but because Parcells got rid of that win. Didn't fit his size.
He was too small.
Same with Dexter
Parcells
Coakley.
loved the big linebackers.
Yeah.
Brady James comes to mind, that just big, beefy, like,
right.
middle linebacker
Right. So...
Lombardi Trophy winner, huh? That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it looks that way.
What's Dat doing right now?
That's what I'm trying to find out. This is going to surprise you. He did not play for anybody other than us.
Nice.
Played for the Cowboys 99 to 05.
Not a very long career.
No. 6
Which
sacks.
is surprising considering how successful he was, like, for a period of time.
He also coached for us from 07 to 09. And then he was linebackers coach at Texas A&M from 10 to 11.
Huh.
Let's see. All rookie team, second team All Pro in 03.
Yeah.
Jesus. Did he get injured or something that I don't remember?
Yeah, see, that's the thing, is like his stats and his accolades suggest he should have had a longer career.
He's in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. Let's
awesome.
see. When made an impact for the Cowboys, 2002, while playing against the Texans, he suffered a broken wrist that forced him to miss the next 8 games. I finished the Texans. He broke his wrist in that game, and he finished the game with a team high 11 tackles and 1 for loss and 1 sack. So I bet that is what that picture is.
It very well might be.
With that brace on his wrist. Head coach Bill Parcells arrived. He was critical of the linebackers. If this were a circus, we could fit them all into one of those Volkswagens the clowns climb out of. He's a football. He did compliment Wynn when he said he's a football playing dude. That guy, you bet he could have played for any of my teams. Second team All Pro in Parcells, or in 04, Parcells switched to a 3-4, and Wynn repeated as the team's leading tackler, but additional hits he received in the scheme started to affect his health. In 2005, he started the first 4 games before suffering a neck injury. He returned as a nickel linebacker before being placed on injured reserve. Wynn officially retired on March 3rd, 2006 after neck and knee problems.
Okay.
Coaching career. Wynn chose to leave Texas A&M. Didn't think he would be retained on Kevin Sumlin's staff. In March 2016, he accepted an opportunity to become an owner or operator of a Chick-fil-A franchise.
There you go.
It says he was featured in HBO's Hard Knocks. Oh, when they were with us in 2004.
Have you eaten at Chick-fil-A?
No.
I have.
Yeah? Cool.
I don't. Well, I was gonna make the statement that I see so many people talk about Chick-fil-A being like this most amazing like fast food restaurant ever, and
Dude,
I
I'll stick
don't
with my
see it.
my Albertsons fried chicken, man.
That is good
I've
stuff.
yet to find fried chicken that's better than Albertsons fried chicken.
We should get a Chick-fil-A.
There's one Kalispell.
That's too far.
Yeah, way too far. All right, we're right in our slot. Should we kill it?
May as well.
All right.
Should bust down the cards here at some point too.
Yeah, maybe.
One of these weeks.
Yeah.
Be good times.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cool.
So yeah, Sunday Night Football against the Eagles.
It's gonna be ugly.
It is gonna be ugly, but we will be here to get you through it.
Just to be clear, I don't have much faith in my prediction.
That's fine.
I'm just trying to be optimistic.
Our bold predictions for the Tennessee game were both pretty close.
Yeah.
You said two takeaways, so
and
you
that
were right.
in the first quarter.
I had Amari going 3 catches and a touchdown. He had 6 catches and a touchdown. So close.
I didn't think Amari would even get 3 catches. So
you said 2, I think.
Yeah. You said Amari gets a TD and 3 catches. I said bold prediction, 2 takeaways. So high five.
Right. There we go.
Okay, cool.
It's not bad.
All right, so let's end this. As always, this has been One Cowboys Way, episode 18.
That's right.
YouTube Live. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah. At Colby Cheese 2288.
At Colter Pierce. At One Cowboys Way on Twitter. We're on SoundCloud, Facebook, iTunes, YouTube, all that.
Mm-hmm.
So hit us up. We'd love to talk to you. As always.
Oh, we didn't salute Datwin.
Oh, wow.
All right, wow. Datwin,
we salute you for sure. And as always, go Cowboys. All right, I like it. All right, YouTube. That's the end of another episode. You get to see us hang out and watch me play with my beanie the whole time. Mostly because it itches my head. But it's so damn cold.
That's right.
So yeah, hopefully the game goes a little bit better than we're thinking. And this gets 10 views.
We're at 6. It's not a realm of possibility to get 10.
All 10 will be us, just like our listens on SoundCloud.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So yeah, we'll see you again next week. Hopefully after a Cowboys win, although we're not optimistic. So
that's right.
See you, YouTube. Peace. Yeah, end it.